All right, fellow romantasy lovers, I've been waiting to talk about this one because it completely took my weekend. The epic romantasy finale, Dawn of Chaos and Fury by Melissa K. Rorick, is finally here. And if you're into anything Book Talk is raving about right now, you need this. This is the fourth and final book in the Legacy series, a dark romantasy packed with fae, dragons, shifters, vampires, witches, meddling gods, you name it. And what I love about this world is that it's not your typical medieval fantasy backdrop. Think high fantasy meets modern tech. Magic everywhere, but people are still texting, driving, dating, using computers. It gives big Crescent City vibes in the best way. And honestly, I got so pulled into the emotional roller coaster. The heroine is dealing with depression and anxiety, and the way the story handles her mental health made the stakes feel so real. Plus, the tropes. Fated mates, morally gray chaos, one bed, touch her and die. It's basically a Book Talk bingo card of everything we love. Now, if you haven't read the series yet, this is the series finale, so don't start here. But the good news, all 4 books are out now, and they make such a great gift for that friend who is constantly reading romantasy and keeping up with every online book trend. Dawn of Chaos and Fury is on sale now, available for the first time as a Kensington trade paperback and ebook. So grab your copy and dive into the chaos. You can find Dawn of Chaos and Fury by Melissa K. Rorick wherever books are sold in print and in ebook.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
My hot take is that we should be more delusional this year. Hey everyone, it's UA dropping in for a Quickie episode. I really feel like dating has become too rational. We've become grounded, self-aware. We've become very realistic in the way we date. But that's also what makes it not so fun anymore. We've removed the magic. Dating now feels flat, a little joyless, and overprocessed. So let's get more delusional. And that's why I'm wearing this shirt. Do you all see it? If you're on YouTube, you see it. Do you get it? Do you need a minute to get it? If you're not on YouTube, maybe this will entice you to check us out on YouTube. But this is where I'm going to live this year, in Delulu land. I've just got the keys to an apartment in Delulu land. I signed a 1-year lease. I want to live here because I'm done being so rational all the time. We're all so rational. And being rational is not a bad thing, but if we are only living in rationality, it means we're only living in the past, right? Think about it. Being rational means you are rationalizing based on lived experiences, but you only know what you know. So beyond rationality is the unknown. That's where the fun and excitement happens. But that's also where you need to be a little delusional to live in this fantasy, in this world that you haven't lived in yet. So yes, we can look at all the data. We can look at historical evidence. We can look at patterns. We've done that already. But let's get rid of the logic, even for a second. Let's just pause there and then just think about I want to be surprised again. I believe and I'm confident that the universe will bring me a surprise that benefits me, that is for me. And I don't know what that could be. That's why it's a surprise. But I'm willing to be delusional enough to think about that. I came upon this idea because I was writing a card to a friend of mine, and she had experienced lots of ups and downs in her dating life in the last couple of years. And we spent so much time psychoanalyzing and dissecting and just rationalizing. And it was just not fun. It was really exhausting. So in the middle of this card, I thought, girl, let's just be more delusional. That's okay. Let's give ourselves permission to live in the unknown and get past these lived experiences and the past failures and past versions of ourselves, we've already got that, okay? That's already ingrained in what we know. But rationality can only predict what you've already lived. So if you trust that the universe has more in store for you, then it will remove those obstacles and then usher you in into this world of delusion. Being delusional doesn't mean that you're in denial, doesn't mean that you're ignoring red flags, doesn't mean that you're just accepting for the bare minimum. That's not what I'm saying. It's not about lowering your standards. Being delusional means believing in the unknown, trusting what hasn't happened yet, and then letting desire lead before proof shows up, right? Fantasize. Not all fantasies are bad. Not all fairy tales are bad. Start creating a vision for your life. Visionaries in this world, all of them, I would argue, are delusional to a certain degree because you have to envision something that's fabricated, that hasn't happened yet, in order to have a vision. And without visionaries, nothing moves forward. We have no progress in society. And I think the same thing applies to our love lives. If you don't have a vision, if you can't think a bigger picture, then you can't see change in your life. You're just stuck in the rational zone. And I think every great love story maybe started out as a vision, as a fantasy, as a dream. And maybe you can't explain any of it. Like we can explain, sure, sometimes like how attraction works and how dating apps work. But when two people get together and there is just yearning to love each other, you can't explain that. That's delusion. And I'm not even going to try to explain that. That's not worth our time. That is the fun and the magic that we can be bringing back. So let's just be curious. Let's allow the universe to surprise us, and let's just be more whimsical in the way we approach life and love. And this year, maybe it's okay that you are daydreaming a little bit more. Like you're just staring off into the sunset, dreaming about some vision of your love life. Okay, give yourself permission to do that. I'm going to give myself permission to do that. I want to envision head over heels sort of love. I want to envision this overpowering, all consuming type of love. Why not? Right? Like, because I trust myself enough to be grounded in reality already, to understand my tendencies and what's standing in my way. I trust myself enough to rein me back to what is going to serve me. But I also trust myself to believe and to envision something that is bigger than what I've ever experienced. And that feels fucking exciting. That's the magic I want to bring back to dating. That's the magic I want to bring back to love. That's the magic I want to bring back to all of you who are listening to this. So if you're ready to join me in Delulu land, there's a lot of vacant property here, and I invite you to be my neighbors, and let's just get a little wild. Let's start dreaming up scenarios or feeling, dare I say, butterflies, because it's going to be magical. This year is going to be fucking magical if you are willing to be a little delusional.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.